Hi, good evening. Tonight, welcome to Man Cooking. We're going to be looking at making cupcakes. There's a lot of stigma with cupcakes, but they're good, they fit in the lunchbox well, and they're a good handy snack to have. So, let's start with Man Cooking. First of all, we need a glass of red wine. That's going to help us do everything right. Now, we are going to be using a packet cake mix today. This is a spice cake, this is what we're going to be using. And for those of you who are not confident in the kitchen, everything is laid out on the back. What we have to do, when we have to do it, and how long we have to do it for. So, our first thing is preheat the oven. We have the oven on here. That's set to the correct temperature now, which is 350. And now we're actually going to start making the cake. What you would normally use would be something like this. This is a normal mixing bowl. However, this is Man Cooking. We're not going to use this. We're going to use proper Man Cooking equipment. This is what we need. Now, first of all, we can take all of the ingredients out of here and we can tip them into our Man mixing bowl. Put that away, we don't need it anymore. But keep the box handy so you always know where the instructions are. And there are a couple of extra things that we have to add in. One of them being 1/3 of a cup of oil. I'm using vegetable oil here. Tip that in. And then according to the instructions, we also need 1 1/3 cups of water. There's one. And there's a third. The next thing on the list is 2 eggs. Now, normally you can just break them, but this is Man Cooking, as I said. That goes in. Second egg. Get rid of that. Now, the instructions say that we need to mix this for 2 minutes on medium speed. Now, we have a mixer over here, but hell, this is Man Cooking. We're not using that. We're using this. If you've got a variable speed drill, you want to be using it absolutely flat out. For about 2 minutes, we should have a nice battery mixture. Not too thick and not too runny. That's mixed, looking good. Now, as we've been going on with Man Cooking, it's time to take a tea break. But in Man Cooking, we don't have tea. We only have a glass of red wine. That's good. Right, so now for the second stage. Now we're going to put our cupcakes in. Now, what I've done earlier on is I had some cupcakes here. Sorry, cupcake holders here. And I put them into the baking tray. I use cupcake holders because it makes it a lot easier when you take the cake out afterwards. So what we're going to do is we're going to fill them up. And you don't want to fill them up too much. About 1/3 the way up, and that should be just about fine. A little bit of wind there, I think. So I'll move here. Take it like that, tip it in, and then let it be. What I tend to do is go through these quite quickly. Let these ones settle, and if necessary, I'll come back to them. More into there. And more into there. Right, so there we have, what do we got there? 12, we've got 23 cupcakes here at the moment. And the best part, I get to eat this. Now, according to the instructions, I need to have a glass of wine again. I love cooking. Anyway, going back to this. What have we got? 24 cupcakes, 18 to 24 minutes, and the time is now 7 o'clock. So, what we're going to do is put them in the oven. 18 to 24 minutes is 18 to 24 minutes. We'll put these in. First one's in. Seconds. And thirds. Right, so that's the cupcakes in. What we would normally do is set a timer now, and in 18 minutes time, we'll check the cupcakes. The best way to check the cupcakes is with either a small skewer, like a wooden skewer, and you push it into the cupcake, and if it comes out clean and the top looks nice and golden, they're ready to come out and be put on the cooling rack. But we'll come back to that. Okay, so here we are now, we're just coming up for 20 minutes later. Cakes are ready, almost I think. First thing we need to do is check them. So, if we take them out of the oven, quickly close the door, try the skewer test, push it in, and it comes out clean. So that means the cakes are now ready. What I can do is I'm just going to put them back in just for a few more seconds while I get a wire rack. Now the idea of the wire rack is for letting the cakes cool. And what we're going to do is we're going to take them out for now. Just leave them on the oven top. It's still quite warm. And what we can do is we'll leave them there for 5 or 10 minutes, and then we're going to transfer them onto the wire rack and let them cool down completely before we do the frosting. So I've got the first set of cakes out. I'm just going to get the third set out. Basically what we're going to do is lift them each out of the pan. This is why they're in the little cupcake cases, because it makes it much easier when you take them out of the pan. We'll leave them on here for about 10-15 minutes, let them cool down nicely before we frost them. Okay, so now we've got to the frosting section. This I'm using a pre-made frosting. It's nice, it's easy, it's quick. Alright, take the lid off it. Make sure it's at room temperature, it'll spread a lot easier. Now guys, when you're doing frosting, the easiest thing to think about, it's just like plastering a wall. You need your trowel. Okay, well maybe this isn't such a good one to use, so we'll actually use a slightly different one. What I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to do the first couple. Alright? You take your cake, you hold it like this. Literally, scoop your frosting on, run it around, and then just give it a little lift in the center, place it on a plate. And basically you want to do this as quick as you can, guys. Okay? Because the frosting will move around. You want to get these frosted and in the fridge. So let's get them done as quick as possible, and we can even put a little topping on them afterwards, but we'll come back to that. Let me finish these and I'll come back to you, alright? Now guys, remember, okay, once you finish with your frosting needs to go in the fridge. Keep that safe for next time you want to make the cakes. I personally like a little topping on my cakes, so I kind of go for hundreds and thousands. I like it. You just sprinkle it on. It just makes something look a little different, that's all. And it'll get the guys down at the work site talking about you. So put those in there. Okay guys, there we are. We've made cupcakes. It's been Man Style Cooking. I hope you've enjoyed tonight's program. I've run out of red wine, so now I'm moving on to the beers. Respect and salute to you all, and remember, come back to the channel. Next week we're going to be looking at cooking chicken wings. Take care, guys. Okay, I bet you were worried about the mixing in the bucket, weren't you? I don't blame you either, but still, this might be man cooking, but we do kind of do things properly, alright? And as you can see, there's actually a steel pan in the bottom of it.